72. We are back. It is Fans of Patrol time. My name is Montego. I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. With me is my dynamite, free-flowing, roaming through the house with a drink, Miss Tifflebot. How are you this week, Tiff?
Yeah, I feel great
Yes,
because,
indeed.
it's Saturday. It's Saturday. There's no rules. I don't got to be at work, so I'm going to drink this.
Hey, so just cue the dope-ass lounge music over there. I will join you today, all in front of the people, drinking my bourbon and feeling like I just can't be stopped. I got a 3-day weekend, and I love it. So anyway, man, last week was the Super Bowl, Tifflebot. So,
Yes.
We've never really given a shit other than the trailers. Just been like, let's all the good trailers we want is coming out, so we're going to have a trailer show. We're not doing that this year. So we do have some trailers from the Super Bowl that we're going to talk. One was before the Super Bowl. I think that was the Doctor Strange trailer that we're going to review. And then, we're gonna do that. We're gonna take our time, and then we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl halftime show, man, and some of the controversy involved in that. As there's always controversy, well, not always, but sometimes.
A lot of times, I feel like there's controversy with the Super Bowl halftime show.
A flash little booby, there's controversy.
Yes.
Run too fast through the crowd is controversy. Who knows? So anyway, what else we're doing? We did go check out a movie. This week's flick that we're review discussing is Kimi.
Kimi.
Come out this year, 2022's Kimi, starring what's his name's daughter, Lenny Kravitz's daughter,
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, the young, fine Zoe Kravitz, whose career is just blowing up with her rich ass. Sometimes you feel proud of people, but then sometimes we just look at them like, she just been a little rich bitch her whole life.
Oh my God! You know what? She does good work.
Yeah, she does. She does. I mean, she could be terrible, right? So. But yeah, it's kind of weird seeing her like in some of this stuff because like I remember when she was born, and they were like, "Look at our baby Zoe," and I was like, "That's a strange name." Now it's a real common name.
Oh yeah, that doesn't seem strange to me at all.
Yeah. Well, Zoe, when she got, we all into the show, so
sorry, you guys. So, it's a special edition of Fans of Patrol, Fans of Patrol Drinking Edition.
That's right.
Prepare yourselves. Have a drink too if you want. I don't care if you're at work. That's none of my business.
I know, because I'm going to keep drinking the whole time. So let's see. So that's going to do it. That's the show this week, man. It's our Super Bowl edition. So saying that, are we ready to hit it?
Are you ready for some football? How's that go?
That's how it went. That's about 20 years ago.
You know what? If you're listening to the show, you're into it, I'm sure.
Indeed. Let's go. All right, man, we are back. It is time to let people know where they can find us on other places in social media, Tifflebot.
Yeah, for everything Fans of Patrol, go to fansofpatrol.com. That's our main hub. You can email us at fans@fansofpatrol.com or get to us on social medias at Fans of Patrol on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube and check out our Patreon. And listen to us on your favorite listening platform where if you can review us, sure, why not?
Indeed, man. So, American football contest.
At first, I was like, "What's he talking about?"
Yeah, they're just talking about football. Funny enough, man, I didn't even watch the game. I just, started hearing about some of the stuff. I'm not interested in pro sports anymore, man. Just the shit just gets on my nerves, all of it. Anyway,
so what are you interested in?
The stuff I'm interested in.
No. I meant because it sounded like you may be interested in like AAA sports or college sports.
I do watch college sports, but that's about to be corrupt too because they changed that really bad. I mean, some people think it's I can see both sides of the points. I just can't stand like professional athletes. I just feel like they're owed something, and also I can't stand these owners who are some of the most politically bankrupt pieces of shit that has walked the planet. So it's just bad. It won't let me enjoy the game. I'm always like.
I love that. Like, it is so weird, like how forgiving you are of some things and how ultimately strict you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, this movie stinks, but all right, I kind of liked it. You're like, sports, no, bad. Well, I mean, I don't like sports just because it's not for me.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me clarify. I love sports. Love
Okay.
it. Have watched sports my whole life, participated in sports, all that stuff. You know, it's just the social justice of most of it that just drive me out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I got you're despicable. When things become despicable, you know, and your interest is against not only doesn't align with my interest, it's actually against my interest, then that's kind of where I draw the line. It's like I'm not gonna support this mess, you know. So anyway, this is not the political show.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm just over here having a great time. We're in the lounge.
Yes.
Sorry, listeners. You're about to hear some
Yeah,
really great stuff.
yeah,
Just
it's definitely
everybody
going to
settle
the
down.
lounge. It's definitely going into the lounge, right? So,
Because like I'm
what do
like,
you think
what
about
about
this?
this?
Right,
Tell me about something that doesn't matter about anything we're talking about.
right.
Anyway.
So anyway, man, first up the deck, Tim. We previewed nothing first look at Jordan Peele's Nope a few months ago.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
And we were like, what the hell? So, you know, I don't know. Right now, nope means nope. You know, I mean, we didn't see enough of anything to you know, make any
I like kind of remember it wasn't even like, so I don't want to like skip ahead on what we're talking about with the trailer here, but it was almost like nothing at all. So, which is fine because this was something else.
Yeah. So, man, this, you know, when I started watching it, I was like, you know, oh yeah, this is that thing I remember. And so I started checking it out, and thumbs up right from the beginning from the caption, because you know you throw my boy into it, and I'm like, what are you gonna show me now? How do you pronounce his name again?
That's Kaluuya, right? Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, it's almost like Kaluuya, but
yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't really heard it as much.
Yeah. But he's a righteous cat, man. I've seen him in
I love him so much. I mean, when I see him, it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, we're gonna be fine.
Oh, everything is everything.
Right. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like and maybe even like later when we talk about the movie, some of that too, but like actors and actresses that you know, or actors that you know are going to
bring a validity of setting.
Yeah. You're like, oh, even if this is the worst movie I've ever seen, I'm probably gonna see a nice performance.
He was mesmerizing.
Right. Which is really weird. I do wonder about, anyway, this doesn't look like that. This is exactly the kind of trailer I fucking love. I have no idea exactly what's going on, right? I just know shit's going down and it's insane.
Shit is going down. Like the lady in church that just starts with no face and stuff. I'm like, oh, what the hell? You know, I was surprised they put that in the trailer, because it was like, what is happening in this wind and the damn hostesses? So it's a only black horse farm for thoroughbreds or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then this wind, this force is coming from someplace, and people are getting swept up and in the air, and there's no tornado and stuff, and it just wow with the ladies. So she's in there, you know, dancing and singing in the middle of nowhere. He's out there being a country boy, you know, just looking out into the distance, and then the lights go off in the distance, and whatever it is coming, and all the running starts, and it just, Jeff, yes, more of this, less of everything else. I want more.
Yeah, I love a trailer where like, I don't know why I'm scared exactly, right? Because they don't ever show you exactly what's going on, but you're like, I know that there's something going off because he's showing like the facial expressions. I also think it's amazing that he takes these ridiculous windsock things that normally I'd be like,
yeah,
who cares? I don't care. And he makes them so menacing. Like that would normally never frighten me or I would not even notice or give a shit about those, even if there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
But then the way that they are deflated sometimes, and like and obviously
they become
right. I'm just like, oh, I guess those are creepy. I guess I was wrong. I will never visit another discount tire outlet again.
Yeah. I even kind of forgot about the wind socks. I didn't even know they were called wind socks. Thank you for cluing us in.
I don't know if that's what they're called, but when you have those things on your, you know, like the old things used to like hang on your, like your grandma might have had one on her porch and they would like blow in the wind, and that was a windsock. They have a similar, like,
I like it.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Windman, scary wind thing. I don't know what that is.
It's forever known as windsock.
Jesus Christ! But I do. There's the tone of this. I know that like sometimes we come on the show and there's just some trailers that like even if the movie doesn't end up being good, The trailer is almost like a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
And we have talked about before the golden trailers, which I'm not sure they do that anymore, but like award-winning trailers, which
Snake Eyes
amazing.
had a dope trailer.
Yeah.
Movie sucked ass.
I don't know if I'd say like, well, yeah, you know, it wasn't great.
Nobody had an excellent trailer. Movie was dope. You never know. You never know. So yeah, Snake Eyes sucked ass. It officially sucked ass. You know, I hated it. You know, it's not good. Anyway, so I didn't recognize too many other like big names in this thing, and I don't have to have big names to enjoy something. But it looks good, Tiff. Give me more of this.
I can't wait. It's coming out in July.
Yeah. It almost seemed like they're getting back to the you're gonna wait 1,000 years for this movie thing again. You know.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm like, this isn't so bad because it's like 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather start it at 3 months. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Montego will never be satisfied. As soon as they're like 3 months, he's gonna be like, I don't want to see a trailer till the day before.
Surprise me when I get to the theater.
No trailers. I'm just gonna show up. No movie posters. They're all blank. No titles. You just pick a theater and it's fucking whatever. You know what I mean?
That was great.
The movie grab bag.
Now look, we just probably created something that somebody's gonna do and make $1 billion off.
God damn it! Don't listen to my shit and steal my dumb ideas. They're mine, and I'll never follow through on them. But you still can't have them.
It's a nationwide phenomenon. People are showing up to things that they don't know what the hell it is.
Stop! You just get in there and you're like, ah, shit, this movie sucks, and then all the doors lock.
Boom, 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 boom. We have your ass for 2.5 hours.
Oh shit.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
So let's move it to television here, right? Because the next trailer, we've been talking about this. No, we have not. Hollywood has been talking about this Lord of the Rings thing available on Amazon, I believe, only for the longest. And we had no idea which direction they were going, because they were, it's called what? The Ring or something. The Ring of, it's called, what is it called? Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Right. So, meaning that the bad guy, what was his name? I forgot his name. Sauron is alive. And so we just didn't know, but he's been dead and alive for centuries and stuff, thousands of years. So we didn't know exactly where it was going. So they started introducing people, Tiff, and I had forgot about some of this casting that they had announced a long time ago. When I was seeing some of these people in this thing, I was like, oh shit, oh man. And it looked very Lord of the Ringish, man. And I'll tell you one thing that I am happy about.
Okay.
I saw some brothers in the Shire, Tiffobot. I said, They finally acknowledged that not everybody was white.
You know my stance on this. Anybody who tries to tell me that, oh, there was no black people during that time. Oh, during the elf time? When exactly does that fall on the timeline?
I remember Peter Jackson tried to explain it once, that he was trying to say this is supposed to be European history, and I'm like, you full of shit,
Oh, and yeah, the elven European history.
I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, though. I wasn't like, you're full of shit. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it wasn't no black people in Europe.
Oh no, I just never like understood why I guess, like I said, it's fucking fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's not real.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when in your fake Britain this happened, because that Britain doesn't exist.
Right.
And I mean, in all honesty, even if and the people are like, well, I want to be really accurate. Okay, well then force all your actors to learn Elvish and then try to speak English with an Elvish accent.
Interesting.
Like, I mean, like, what? Why are you like this? Slow your fucking roll. You're so annoying and stupid.
So it was always like that, we grew up that way, and we just grew up that way, just there was only one world and it wasn't our world on television, so that made me happy about this. But I think this looks great, Tiffobot.
You do?
Yeah, this is exactly what I want to see. A bunch of bow and arrows, a bunch of elves, a bunch of rocks, a bunch of swords.
A bunch of rocks. There are a lot of rocks. I will tell you, if you're a fan of rocks, we've got you covered. Rocks here, rocks there. I will tell you, I don't care about this.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I
haven't.
See it.
This is all new.
I mean, I've seen things like it. I'm
Oh,
starting to like not register it as something that would do me good. Not
okay.
like, you know what I mean? I hate it. I'm not like so in like opposed to it that I would not watch it. But if I wasn't told to watch it, which I assume I'm going to be told to watch it,
Oh, we don't watch this.
I wouldn't like run after it. Also, this trailer is kind of it's weird that people were talking about it because it's so to me innocuous and unremarkable that in this trailer, they pop up that Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Hey, it's on Prime
Yeah.
in the middle of the trailer. That usually happens at the end. I turned it off.
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Oh, we're done." I turned
Oh,
it off, and then my YouTube app keeps playing in the background. I was like, "Have they moved on? Did they move on to another trailer?" It's still going, so I opened it back up, and it was still playing, and I was like, "Oh, oh,
yeah. That's that thing they do where they show you a little bit of something and then they, be like, this is from Netflix, so you don't
yeah."
go to the
Which
theater.
is weird because, well, for one, uh, the last Lord of the Rings movie in particular, I remember had I think like 2 or 3 black screens that didn't actually signify the end of the movie.
Did it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember thinking, "Oh, we're done," like twice.
that Hobbit stuff.
No. The nope.
Oh, you're talking about the actual.
Return of the King.
Okay, Return of the King. But you
Mhm.
forget there's 3 movies after that.
Right. I
Yeah,
meant like the last of the ones that mattered, I guess, because
right.
like I like The Hobbit, but other people don't.
I liked it. I did.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So the hell with those people. At those people.
Excellent. Good point. Excellent point.
So yeah, um, I'm this yes right up my alley. I don't have to watch what's that thing with Khaleesi? That's the only reason why I watched it because it was Lord of the Ring ish,
Uh,
Game of Thrones.
yes, couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
I like that better than Lord of the Rings.
Well, if you like boobies and ass, that would
I
definitely be a stop.
do. I do.
It would
Show
definitely
them
be a
to
stop.
me.
Jesus, every episode they had to have somebody casually talking while taking it up their ass. It was just like, oh God.
Well, if we're talking about historical accuracy, people were topless more back then.
Yeah.
In the privacy of their own area, I guess.
Well, it was just to kill me on that show. How it'd be like casual conversations. I am going to do and have my way with you, and you will be by my side. And you're like, God damn, y'all can't stop talking to
No. The power is part of it.
It's that casual up.
That's how you plot. That's why I've never, never been powerful.
Scheme. Come on over here and straddle me so I can scheme. Yeah,
So I can't scheme without having sex. What do I look like, a poor person?
Exactly. Oh shit. Anyway, I'm down. So what we got next here? So the one that we have been waiting for. It's been years since we saw Stephen Strange in his own movie.
It's true. It's really weird to think that because he's been in so many things since then, to think that we haven't had an actual Doctor Strange movie in a long time.
We had 2 Avengers movies. We had a Doctor Strange and we had Spider-Man. I think so. I think he's had 4 appearances. He might have been in 3 Avengers movies, but I know he's been in 2. The last 2. He wasn't in Civil War, so yeah. So, but that first movie was a long time ago, Tiff. Goodness gracious. And so now we get a full-blown Doctor Strange in his own movie. And I have to say right from the beginning that this is the Doctor Strange, from what I can see, that I know and love, with all the weirdness that's in his world. Everything is someplace else and something strange. And I'm really looking forward to this because I really like the first one. And you would think Mordo, by the way they left the first one, is going to be the bad guy. Yeah, we saw Mordo in this, but I don't think he's going to be the number one antagonist, man. I mean, we saw a bunch of Ultron things, with the different worlds. I don't know who the antagonist is going to be. Is it going to be Mordo? I mean, they only showed him one time saying, hello, Stephen.
I like how you're like, this is my favorite. Here's what happened in page 72 of the original book 305. He saw this and this happened. Who is that? Who is Rachel McAdams playing?
It's his girlfriend. Remember
Holy fuck, that's how long it's been, because she hasn't been in any other movie.
nothing.
And so, like, you guys, that's how long it's been since that old movie. I forgot she was even in that fucking movie.
Yeah. It's been a while, man.
I guess she's getting married to someone else, is what it looks like.
It did look like that. He's an Avenger now, so well, not really an Avenger, but a superhero, a witch doctor, a mega supreme. But
how do you feel about it though when you look at it?
What, Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
I feel good about it, man. I like seeing Wanda as a Scarlet Witch. I like seeing. I love the Stephen Strange character. So anytime I see him, I'm feeling good. And the multiverse of madness. I think this is Marvel's kicking off of all the new stuff. Of the new direction they're going. The next big arc, the next big villain, something like that.
Yeah.
You must not feel that great about it, huh?
No. Here's the thing. And I'm not saying anything bad about it necessarily, but I want to know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Olsen and Benedict Cumberbatch are great actors.
Mm-hmm.
I am afraid that their powerhouse performances are distracting from what may otherwise be a potentially not great film. I'm not saying that it would be. I'm just saying that this trailer gives me the impression that it could go sideways.
Huh, interesting. It really reminded me of the comic books, like
Sure.
the stuff that I really like in the Stephen Strange universe. And so
But you know that sometimes a direct interpretation of a comic book into a movie isn't always the best choice.
Well, we'll see.
I don't think I'm saying I also think it could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I'm a little nervous about it.
I think it's gonna be cool.
Because I think they can get a little too. So we're not. What I mean by that is, like, visually in a comic book, this weird stuff that happens in the multiverse looks more plausible because it's animated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So part of the problem is that we're in that weird space of technology where we can make some stuff look pretty fucking good.
Uh-huh.
And that makes the stuff that doesn't look as good really bad.
Uh-huh.
There's something like that in this. But what I'm saying is that when they want to show his face breaking apart, they want to see him turning into, I don't know, a cartoon or something, right? Whatever happens in that area, I just think you have to be careful with, because you toe in the line of ridiculousness.
I hate the visual effect with the face breaking up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm worried that
it didn't look bad. I just don't
like you don't like the thought of it.
Yeah, it's disgusting to me.
But I mean, is like, I'm worried that it's going to, like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, you're showing me what you can do, not necessarily showing me what you should be showing me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Just worried it will.
No. When I was first looking at this, I was like, I hope I actually had that thought that, hopefully this is not just let me show you all the dope stuff I can do. But then I instantly thought about the comic book, and I was like, no, this is exactly how it is. It's like there's no point of reference.
That's the trap.
Well,
that's the trap.
Marvel has only disappointed me one other time in the last.
What was that one?
The goddamn Sleepy Eternals.
Oh yeah, that was Sleepy.
Yeah, sleepy, beepy, and I don't even care when it was, about the outcome of anything that happened.
Yeah, like halfway through, I think you start thinking, I just want to go home.
Yeah, it was like, this is not good. This is not good. This is just a bunch of people walking around in fields and looking around in the sky and holding their hands up, and that's all it was. I was just, God damn, what is this?
Doing a bad job, everybody.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited about this because I love that. I remember seeing the first Doctor Strange and just being floored. Because I remember, like, I don't think I really wanted to see it. And that was maybe one of my best Marvel movie going experiences.
Okay.
So I'm excited, just,
cautious.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fine. So, and I don't know if they're releasing anything else this year. I mean, other than Disney shows,
Sure.
As they showed a new trailer at the Super Bowl for what is it? Moon Knight, and it looks even better.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, man, that's it for our Super Bowl coverage, man. That's the only thing people care about. And then they had regular commercials that people were going nuts over, and it's just like,
yeah.
Oh, God, who cares?
No, I'm not going to talk about a regular commercial.
No, the hell with that. right? So we're gonna take a break. It is break time, and we'll be right back. All right, man, we are back, and now we're doing something that we've never really done before. We're gonna chill, and we're gonna talk about more of the damn Super Bowl thing, man. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about because they, unless you were living under a rock, they did a old school hip hop tribute, which for me was not old school because that's like just saying I'm old.
I thought it was somebody was like didn't know who Mary J. Blige was.
Really?
And I felt old
with her fine and 50 ass. Shit.
I know. I'm like, well, you're welcome. Now you get to know who she is.
Right. I think she about a year older than me, man, or a year or two. She looked good in them boots.
I love those boots. I wish there was more occasions to wear boots that of such glamour. Like if I got those and I wore them out to a bar, people would be like, they would talk about them. People would love them, but you also be kind of ridiculous.
Fashion on this planet Earth needs to change. Yeah. We just need to change, man. You know, Superman, where he comes from, like in some of the comic books, they always said that, that was his ancestral, his house dress. That's like wearing a tuxedo or something that with the cape and shit. And then you see like Lando Calrissian always rocking a cape. I want a cape, Tiff. But I don't want to look ridiculous in the cape. I want to be fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to wear the cape.
You're just gonna have to get some season tickets to the opera. Now you don't have to go.
You just wear a cape.
Just wear the cape. And when people ask you about it, you say, I have season tickets to the opera. You're not saying you're going that night. They don't have to know. They don't have to know anything.
I'm wearing my cape and
season tickets to the opera.
And it can be normal shit.
It's Wednesday afternoon. You're at, Bagels and More. And someone says, what's with the cape? You say, I have season tickets to the opera.
So, so she was looking good, of course, and she did some songs. She didn't really do the songs that I liked the most, and then of course there was Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and 50 Cent, who really felt out of place with that group to me. But
I think they're trying to get a lot of like, okay, these are people who are probably listening to like hip hop and rap in the early 90s. Mid 90s, the 2000s, and then Kendrick Lamar for probably like coming in on like the 2010s, 2015 stuff.
It's funny. I used to didn't like him until I heard him in live in concert and was like blown. I was like, God damn, he good. I mean, he's really good. But I just thought it was weird because back in the day, there were never any black performers at any Super Bowl for decades. That was the controversy. There's, you guys never had a brother or sister up in here. And then that changed one day. I don't remember who it changed with. It might have been Michael Jackson. But it changed. And, then it's been different artists. There have been different races, different type of music, country, you got rock. I don't think they've ever done hip hop before, unless I'm mistaken, but I really don't think they have done that before. And so it was good, and they kept it clean and stuff like that. And I was sitting there looking like, wow, Dr. Dre is a billionaire piece of shit, and, and I was just like, man, I remember when he was a bum, you know what I'm saying? And then the show was a show. I think they did a good job. You can't really mess up rap. You know what I'm saying? Just put some pretty girls dancing down there. Got some dancers. I always like to look at the guys who are clearly professional dancers that they try to make look hard for the performances in hip hop, like old Michael Jackson videos. And they just look ridiculous. It was like a bunch of punks just trying to look super hard. You like
it's just like, like a dancer's body is very like, it looks like a dancer's body.
Mm-hmm. And they move like dancers, so
like very there's like a liquidity to their movement that you're like,
you're
gonna say
I'm hard. No, you're not. So anyway, I saw a lot of that out there, in the middle of the field dance, and I was cracking up. I was like, look at those clowns. But anyway, they were having a ball. And then once it was over with. I was like, oh, that was nice. And then
that was nice.
All the bullshit started.
Go watch it. That was nice. That was a nice little break during the football program.
That was so nice.
Montego.
It was I loved it.
I loved it. Encore.
No, I mean, I enjoyed it.
That was nice.
I enjoyed it,
All right.
So then after the show, little did I know all the bullshit started all week long, which I've just been like, it's just been so nuts from people on the right, far right, and people on the far left. It's just been like, dude, come on. So there was a comment that went around all week long about it being the most sexualized Super Bowl event ever. And I'm like, go F yourself. You get the hell out of here, man.
So.
Come on, dude. The damn cheerleaders is more sexual than what the hell you talking about? And then there was the stuff about the kneel, which was, just total bull. People from like Rudy Giuliani and stuff talking about, Eminem kneeling and stuff. And I'm like, well, and then you have people on the left like, yes, kneel for Colin, and Eminem has been saying for Colin, and that's one of the reasons, half the reasons why I don't watch the NFL to this day. But then I'm like, Eminem got paid how much money to go up to from the NFL to go do that kneel? So kiss my ass. He didn't do no free concert and do a kneel, So it's all bullshit, y'all. I mean,
like if he took the money and he donated it, all the money he made from it, and he donated it to civil rights movements and stuff, then that would be making a statement.
Some people do
if he kneeled and he was like, I'm taking the money that they paid me and giving it, even if it was performative, at least you had done something with the you know what I mean? Like that was, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that message either, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, you're right. He took money from the people who were responsible for the hurt.
And he's like, he claims to support. And I'm just like, ugh. So all the shit all week long is just been like numbing to me with just like, man, stuff has gotten so bad that you can't even enjoy a bunch of old school rappers who got famous, not on the back of black people who got famous from white folks buying they albums, because they were always the biggest purchasers of Snoop Dogg and NWA and things like that. Brothers, we bought the fake tapes off the street from the $5 man, the bootleg tapes. Oh, did I? Okay. We'll just keep rolling.
Sorry,
but yeah. So I just thought it was hilarious, and I was thinking about how much money these clowns got now these days. I'm like, man, these guys got a lot of money now. Especially Dre, and so essentially you're watching, millionaires listening to billionaires on TV, for a thing, and everybody just needs to relax. Folks on the right, y'all need to calm down and stop trying to make something about it every goddamn thing. Folks on the left, y'all, that sanctimonious bullshit, like y'all just so righteous, just to calm that shit down too, because it's all bullshit. We talking about the corrupt ass FL.
Yeah. I think we should agree on our common enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know a lot about sports. I know there's a lot of issues with, like, obviously everyone knew about the Colin Kaepernick stuff, but like I also vaguely know about like the brain damage stuff and all the other stuff, the weird stuff that and the corrupt money stuff and weird things like that. Cheating scandals, blah 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 blah. But I don't know in-depth stuff about all of it. But I do know that it's like it is kind of strange that you pay so much, like for instance, you pay so much money for a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
That's insane. And then people are like, did you watch this program for the ads? No, motherfucker, I did not.
People do that shit though.
I know.
People were always proud to say that. Oh, I just watch it for the commercials. And you're like,
why would you do that? Why would you do such a thing? I pay premium prices so I don't have to see commercials.
You can see that same commercial tomorrow.
Or on YouTube, for free.
Oh, well, now that changed the game because they don't even wait for the damn Super Bowls. They be releasing them before the damn thing and still paying the money. You can release it for free, but you pay the money.
Please help me, God. And like watch a commercial before a commercial. Watch this commercial before this list of best Super Bowl commercials. Ooh, Lord, no. Okay. Yeah. We've gone to a dark place. I know where we started, but we were outside the forest and it looked dark and scary, and we were both like, sure, why the fuck not? Let's go inside. I've been drinking. It'll probably be fine.
It'll be fine. So, yeah, man. so I still just going back to the performance though. I thought it was I was impressed. I wasn't and I don't get impressed by too much stuff, but just it was just a nice little.
I don't get impressed. First of all, that is a fucking hilarious statement to make. I'm not getting impressed by too much stuff, like it's some kind of a brag. Two, yes, you do, Mr. Transformers movies.
That's but you like what you like though, But
okay.
when it comes to some shit, I'm just like, oh, that's fine. And that's the thing about that performance. It wasn't like phenomenal, but it was oh, that's cool,
I just love picturing it in your living room, just being like, well, okay, and then like the next day, just seeing all this shit about something that you were like, well, that's a thing that happened,
right? And I mean, and then all of a sudden you got this culture war going on about it. It's like,
oh shit,
God, y'all, come on, give it up. Yes, goodness, y'all can't even enjoy football no more. Goodness gracious, supposed to be the American sport, and the one that put us together. No, that's baseball, right?
Yeah, baseball. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's enough of that shit, man. So that's it, man. We're gonna take our final break, and we're gonna come back with our main topic. Hold on for your cheeks for Kimi. It is time for the main topic, and this week we went hard and deep looking for some Black history stuff, man. And so we have an up-and-coming star who will one day she's Black and will be part of history. But Black History Month, man. So we're doing Kimi, man. And this movie was totally off of my radar.
Mm-hmm.
Director Steven Soderbergh, and so it's available on HBO Max. And this is the movie we're doing, and I'm looking for the synopsis is terrible. It says an agoraphobic Seattle tech worker uncovers evidence of a crime. Damn, y'all didn't even try with that one. Crime, drama, thriller.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, it's fine. I mean, I suppose that's what you want.
Yeah, it's not really. You need more. Somebody's deliberately trying to not have this movie win. Who's in this movie, Tiff?
Okay, so this movie actually has not a lot of people in it, but Zoe Kravitz, Betsy Brantley, that's Kimi, Rita Wilson, India de Beaufort, Emily Kuroda, Byron Bowers, Jamie Kimmel, Jacob Vargas, just a bunch of other people that people probably wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know them, I guess.
You say Rita Wilson?
Yes, she was near the top there.
Yeah, so I was surprised about this movie, Tiff. Just because I figured that they would have threw in one or two more stars, maybe as like the boyfriend or somebody, but they didn't. But before I get too deep, it is time for one word. One word, Tiff.
I want to say unsure.
Not sure how you felt about this one, huh?
Yeah, like, and we'll get into it, right? But like it felt like some parts of it I was like, oh, this is really good, and then some things like you kind of touched on it as well, because you said you wondered about him adding like some more famous people, and that's fine. I just thought that there was like a couple people in this movie that did really, really well, and then everyone else, like, okay, so we'll get to it when we get to it, but the part where she hears the phone call for the first time.
Yeah.
Whoever's on the phone and the guy at the beginning, terrible actors.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, why is he in this movie?
Yeah, almost to the point where I was like, am I unsure?
You talk about the CEO?
Yeah, the guy who's kind of the impetus for the things that happen in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's terrible. And then when they're talking on the phone, okay, so I guess we'll talk about it when we get there, but so do you want to do your one word before I get too crazy?
My one word is it was I'm trying to avoid saying fine, but that's my one word. Fine. It was fine. I watched it because I had to, but I wasn't upset that I watched it. I was entertained. I wasn't like vigorously entertained, but I was entertained, and I was what do you call it? I was invested in the outcome once it got to the point, because it did kind of meander a while in the beginning to get to a certain point.
I
So,
thought, that was fine, but I get what you're saying.
so let's hit those spoilers so we can go free and talk about this thing. So, one thing I can say about this movie that I was kind of proud about is that it was actually a pretty good pandemic movie. I mean, it was supposed to be in the here and now after the pandemic, and
Yeah.
so there wasn't the majority of time spent in this movie was in her apartment. So they could have been filming that and not with minimum crew for the longest time, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, if you want to come up with a concept for the pandemic, and shoot a movie, this was a good one. You know.
I agree. I kind of thought about that too in a positive way, actually, because
Mhm.
I'm like a lot of other pandemic movies I've seen that I was like, oh, clearly this was intended
There are five
to
people standing
not.
in that square when it's supposed
Right,
to
yeah, it's very busy. And look how busy it is. I
that's the
don't know,
same
that looks like
dude.
the same guy.
Same
Looks
dude.
like the
That's the
same
same
guy.
dude.
Uh, but I thought, and at first I was like, I think there's just like, for me, there's like a little bit of, I feel like so weird because I feel like I'm moving weird. My camera's a little bit slow, but um that there's there's a a tiredness of seeing that shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like we've been, and I'm not saying that it's over or that we shouldn't be, but like sometimes I'm like, boy, I need like a break from thinking about this and looking at this. So at first there was like, for me, I was like, oh, is this going to be a movie where she stays in her apartment the whole time? And
Yeah,
I was like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I was like, I'm tired.
we've seen phone booth. We've seen, we've seen movies where
Right.
people were, one place.
Um, and yeah, but then, I mean, so she hears the lead up to this movie. I think you're right. It's a very short movie,
Oh, I didn't realize. Uh,
89 minutes, I think. And
Normally
I
I have that
still even
information, but I didn't. Nope, it wasn't on here. Yeah, okay.
and I still even think that like at 89 minutes, there's some parts of the movie that if it, not saying the nothing in this movie necessarily felt like it should go, but like if it did go, it would still make sense, which makes things a little bit weird, right? Because I'm like, you feel like she spends a lot of time in her apartment, but obviously, like what we're getting is that she's processing a similar trauma.
Well, let me tell you something about it's not Kimmy because her name was something else. Kimmy was
Yes, the
Alexa.
Kimmy is the Alexa.
Yeah, yeah. So her name was Angela.
Yes, Angela.
You know, Angela was cute,
Yeah.
but God damn, I mean, you had to be a hard up, desperate person to want to deal with her because her attitude was effed. She just had no use for anybody. I mean, she
Yeah.
used you for what she wanted and she would be done with you immediately. And it was just like, damn. I mean, she hung up on everybody she talked to, It was like, damn, she's horrible, but of course, it was clearly. I like how they revealed that she was a agoraphobe in the beginning.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't know that. You didn't know that she was going to.
And she's doing a great job with
Yeah,
it because, like, you're like, this person's a little weird, right? You're like, and you don't know if it's like, that's kind of like when you're watching it, you don't know if it's the future until she mentions the pandemic, the future, alternative
right.
reality, obviously. But like, so she talks about the pandemic and whatever and how that exacerbated some of her issues. But I like that. I do not think that people always do a really good job with that kind of stuff because she seems normal a lot of times too. And that's the truth of the matter is that, like,
Well,
you
she's in her
just can't.
house though,
Right,
and
and she doesn't
comfortable.
seem normal when she goes outside, but I'm
She's
saying
super
that, like,
comfortable, right?
so, like, I like that portrayal of, like, that the people have, it's not just this one thing, but it does affect them, and she does a really good job. I believe her wholeheartedly in this part.
Did you ever see the movie Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and what's the guy that sings the songs and stuff? The he sings all the Christmas songs and stuff. He's just sings standards and stuff like that. Forgot his name.
I
Um,
don't know, I haven't seen this movie.
haven't seen Copycat. Well, Sigourney Weaver was a crime novelist that was agoraphobe because she got attacked by this serial killer because she wrote
Uh-huh,
about serial killers. And
uh-huh.
so this is what I thought this was going to be because she could not leave that house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she could not leave the house. And so when he started stalking her, it was a scene where she tried to get out and just melted in the hallway. And when she fell apart at the front door, I was like, oh, I was like, she got problems, and so she ain't
Yeah.
going out there. So the boyfriend, boyfriend, the guy that she was banging,
Yeah. Yeah.
He seemed to do a fairly good job, but I thought that would have been a good role for some like a really good actor, you know.
Well, I also so I thought she did well, really well. I think like I honestly I think without her in this movie it would fall apart.
Mhm.
Like if this was done by a less talented person or even it wouldn't have to be like they wouldn't have to be known, but they'd have to be like a talented actor.
Mhm.
I think this movie would just be blah. I mean, as it is, I think that it's uneven, but I think that without her, it would be even more just like, why am I watching this? But oh, what was I gonna say about the beginning of the movie? She I want to know how she works for like a tech agency, basically. But she doesn't do tech work. She doesn't what do I want to say? You never see her do code or anything like that. She's basically resolving use oh yeah, you do see her use code because she uses the code to write out the
Yes.
user error.
Yeah.
I was like, how did she make so much money? She lives in a really nice apartment. That
That
made me
partner was
upset because I
nice.
want the apartment.
That
It
partner
was
was
so nice. I
nice.
was like, maybe I wouldn't want to leave either.
Yeah, yeah, it was really nice. And so the neighbors, they got that routine with the neighbors. They're all in each other's apartment. She has a creeper peeper upstairs, and everybody met through the pandemic. So I like that. I said they took something real world and and made something out of it. So that was cool. And so she's going about her business, and she comes across this listening thing because it's an Alexa thing. If you got one of those things, you're fucking nuts. Excuse me. I saw that Alexa sent a conversation to an email to somebody across the United States, like in Seattle. These people were like on the East Coast, and they were talking about nothing, just a husband and wife talking about their day. And it emailed the conversation to somebody in like Seattle or something, and they, end up, letting them know, hey, your Alexa y'all didn't say nothing crazy, thank God, but it just did, just recorded. And so,
No, 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 no. You don't listen to me
yeah, yeah, exactly.
any more than I already let you.
Exactly. So getting back to the story, she hears this thing that you know, I when it happened, it was weird to me because it was like, how did she hear that?
Yeah, when you
You
hear it, it does build to like a concerning level because she hears more audio. But the first audio isn't is she just suspects something because it sounds off, right? Well, I think she hears, and then it's like embedded in the background noise.
Yeah, but I don't think I would even pay the attention, only
I probably
because
wouldn't have heard it, but they said that might be part of like her hyper like awareness,
yeah, that's true. And they showed in the beginning that the CEO of this tech company, was about to explode to ridiculousness. And um, he was paying off somebody. And it sounded like he was paying for somebody to get beat up, hurt, or something.
Yeah, killed or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so I assume it was her they were coming after because that was the
Yes.
next scene, but that didn't
Yes.
happen. So they show you on her journey of discovering this evidence, and then she has my favorite character in the whole thing was the guy from the other country calling her hotness, and then he was calling her fake hotness.
Oh yeah, because she gave him an Instagram that wasn't real, and she's like, everybody lies online. I do think
I'll
there's
tell
like
you
some.
something. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I also enjoyed so the primary evil guy
Bradley Hasling.
um I like him.
Oh, you're talking
Uh
about the hitman guy?
no, I'm talking about Antonio the Rivas.
Antonio Rivas.
The guy that like the guy who's like the go
The
between
hitman guy.
basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I like him, and I thought that he did a good job. But then it's just weird because like I thought they had some of the actors were not just passable, but pretty talented, and then you had some that were actually really talented, and then these bit characters that actually do have important parts to play. Like on the phone call, I just thought this sounds so bad.
Uh-huh.
Like
Uh-huh.
when she finally heard the audio, this sounds so bad that I thought that what was going to happen in this movie
Uh-huh.
was that she suspected something and then it was a setup for her for a different crime.
Mm. I believe that too, Tiff. About I thought this
That's
was
how
all about.
bad it
I
was.
thought it was all about her for a moment.
Yeah.
By the way they edited it.
Well, I know it's because I think, but also because I think of how strong of a presence she is in that moment.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to that stuff, it's like a phone. It's like almost like listening to like a 911 phone call, almost because
Yeah.
you hear like the what's happening, but the actor doesn't sell it to me.
Yeah.
She is like, oh no. And I'm like, is this intentionally bad? Because so that she suspects something, so that she goes, that's
Oh,
how bad it
you
was.
talking about the lady that was actually being accosted and beat up and stuff.
Yes,
Got
I thought that, and but the person who was also attacking her was like, I'm going to get you,
you.
like that. It's so, like I'm serious, like
You're right.
to the point where I was like, is this intentionally bad?
Yeah, I
But
don't
I
think
don't
it
think it
was.
was,
No, it
because it
wasn't.
never changed and there was no bearing on it. Like, I mean, eventually there was the bearing that the crime was committed, but there was no like turn
Right.
or that the mystery was not the phone call. The mystery was who did it and why they're covering it
Now
up.
my favorite scene is when she decided that she had to go talk to the woman who said that she was going to call the FBI, and just how she just just walking through the city, looking, trying to keep her head down, avoiding
Yeah,
everybody.
don't touch me, don't look at
It was
me.
such a journey, and I'm glad that the director actually lets you go on the entire journey through
Yeah.
the subway, through the
It's the
walkway.
most interesting part of the whole movie.
Yeah, because you were watching her still just
Yeah.
doing the things she's doing, and she gets to the office, and you can see she was more relaxed when she got to the office because she had been out so long now. At this point, she's
Yeah.
getting used to it.
Yeah,
And
this is less bad. It's not
right,
great, it's less bad.
right. And so then, they erased the data. I don't know which one of her friends called, the white dude or the guy from Romania. I'm not sure because she got that text, and it was like, what did you do? You destroyed the evidence and stuff. And then I thought it was odd that these out of place thugs were running through this office building and nobody was saying
Yeah,
anything.
and that's, like, some of the surrealist stuff that happens in this film, and I am always wondering, I might, if I watch it again, I'd wonder if it was, like, am I intentionally supposed to find some of this stuff to be, like, unreal, surreal, or
They
strange?
were sore thumbs, Tiff.
They felt like sore thumbs. That's what I'm saying. So if it was that, potential just done badly, I guess.
Yeah. So then she's running out of town. I'm surprised she didn't ditch her phone. Everybody who's seen a movie know that they're tracking you with your phone. You
Now,
know.
another of my favorite scenes actually is during this, because she does eventually trade her, get her phone, rid of her phone.
Well, no, I thought she just turned it off.
She threw it in the trash can
Oh, well, good for her. But
right
then,
before she got nabbed.
yeah, and they knew where she was going.
Right.
I think what bothered me more about this, because I like the chase because it was like The Firm. I love that movie, The Firm, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all they needed was some piano music going, and they had her set up so quickly with the white woman and the dude with the umbrella and the ethnic dudes who bagged her. It's like, how'd y'all set that up fast? Y'all had seconds,
Yeah.
seconds, and y'all had a meeting and showed everybody this girl's picture and had it all set up to stick her with some poison.
I
So
kind of thought, that, and I get what you're saying, and this is again me filling in a gap, I guess, because like what I assumed that situation was that they also had her eye scanned, which she said she had never
yeah,
consented to, and they're like, we take it off of the video cam thing, and she's like, I didn't agree to that, and they're like, oh, it's in the contract that you don't read, blah blah whatever. So I kind of assumed that behind the scenes, without them showing us, it was kind of like in Swan Song, where like everyone's connected by like glassware or your watch, and they're like, it's this person because they have all her
but to have
information.
all these operatives move in to a certain part of town
I
and get
don't
set up
know.
that well, that fast, outside the FBI building, I'm like,
Listen, you're sounding a lot like me right now.
now what got me before this? I know. What got me before this is when they tried to abduct her right at the rally and all the people joined in and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think those guys might have got away with that at that point.
No, I did
Protesters
actually
lose
really
their goddamn
enjoy.
mind.
Yeah, I was like, I actually like that because, like, you're right. If there's like somebody looks like they're going to get in trouble in a protest, people will
Oh, they
help
would have
them.
yoked them guys out of that car. They would have got the shit beat up. They would have mud stumped in front of them. People wouldn't have stopped with just that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the guy that was in the back fooling around. They would have been like, "Ah, come on, get your ass out of here." So that happens. But I'm still cool. So she gets back to the apartment. And the
Yes.
biggest surprise to me, and it was a pleasant surprise, was the creeper. The, the creeper knew she was in trouble and came over there. Not just knew she was in trouble, came over there to help her. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow. And then he gets stabbed and shit. And then he's not a creeper no more because he's like, just the same. I knew your ass don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere. So if you went somewhere, you went in trouble. I was like, I love this character. I was like, yes, yes. Look, we're remiss because I have to go back and mention the fact that there's this scene that comes out of nowhere in the beginning where she's just getting the shit banged out of her from the neighbor across the street. And then she walks around the apartment naked. And I'm like, was this necessary? Oh, there's the boobies. There's Zoe Kravitz's boobies. If you want to see them, they're right there in the movie. They're not impressive. And I'm just saying, I was like,
that is so fucking rude.
they
You
were
guys,
not impressive.
don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
They were not
Jesus,
impressive.
Mary and Joseph.
Especially for her age. But anyway, so
Lord have mercy.
So that happened, right? And I thought that, I mean, they're screwing, but I didn't think we needed all that. I was really taken aback when they just went so hard right at the beginning of the movie. Anyway,
it's not a problem, everybody. It's
going back to where we stopped. So you got the head dude comes out, right? He's a straight up hitman with silencers and gloves and shit. And you got these two guys, and they're trying to figure out, they're about to interrogate this lady. Because I thought she put a copy. It was a copy on the computer. It was a copy on her phone, and it was a copy on the
it was a drive.
The drive. But you said she threw away her phone, so I didn't see that part. But when she threw it, I must have blinked or something.
It was right before she got nabbed. She was looking at her phone, then she went to toss it in the trash can.
Yeah.
So maybe she didn't get to because they nabbed her.
Yeah, and here's another thing. The toothache thing.
Yeah.
That never went anywhere.
Yeah, I kept thinking that the doctor was gonna save her.
Something. I mean, y'all had her. We do. So she what? So when
I don't know if that was just maybe
extra week. Anyway,
I just thought that potentially they were like, trying to make it so that she looked even more like she never wanted. That's how important it was to her. She didn't ever want to leave, and she left even though she was in great pain, and she didn't leave for that. She was gonna leave to help this person.
Weak still.
I know.
Yeah. So they're doing the apartment upstairs, and they went through that rigmarole about them making noise and the days that they're allowed to make noise. So she instantly does the Kimi, turn off the lights. Kimi, play Sabotage. Kimi.
Yeah. And then I couldn't tell if this movie, like at that point, that's why I was like, unsure. I mean, some of it, like the bad acting, then the good acting, interesting plot choices, good choice for a COVID movie, weirdly executed, and not in like an elevated kind of way, but just in kind of a
because
kind of way.
She's like, Kimi, turn off the lights, and the bad guys is
like,
Kimi,
right,
turn the music. They're not moving. It's like they're like some cartoon character.
Like they've never heard of a fucking Kimi, even though this is what the whole fucking thing is predicated on, the Kimi thing. But also, like, is this movie trying to tell me that we should be? It felt very pro Alexa.
It did.
It's an Apple or whatever they have, because it's a fucking Apple Homes Pro Siri. Because at the end it was just like, Kimmy's gonna save your life. Kimmy's gonna call 911. Kimmy's gonna turn your lights off. Kimmy's gonna turn up this music.
And to me, that would have been the first call if it can call 911. Kimmy, call 911. Kimmy, turn off the lights.
Yeah.
And let the guy, let them steal.
Like I feel like it would be really cool if she had like Kimmy initiate our emergency home sequence, and that made Kimmy call 911, turn on this music, turn off the lights.
That would have been even sweeter because she's
because she's a paranoid person. Yeah,
she got assaulted, raped, something like that, and then she went down in this rabbit hole with COVID, and so a person like that I would imagine would have a plan, for escape, and so she goes up and she gets the nail gun, and she puts the tape on it so she can help her pull the trigger faster and stuff, and she lets the one guy have it. Taka. I was like, good, they come in your house talking this shit, and then the head honcho gets it right, like he tears his ass up, and old boy's bleeding out over there who should have been dead, gets up and stabbed the other dude, and he gets stabbed in the chest, and he's still like, this motherfucker stabbed me. I'm like, dude, you got stabbed in the heart and you're still talking. So, the guy across the street who she likes, he comes over too late, And I thought he was going to come over and get murdered, but he came over too late. She took care of the house. Everybody was dead, turned over state's evidence, and everybody was going to jail. But see, what bothers me is you only saw one person go to jail, and that was a guy. What about the woman who set her up at the office? You know what I'm saying? What about it was a straight?
I thought we wouldn't see like I felt like it was really
people going to jail.
Right. That should have been the ending. There was kind of like a happy bow on it ending, and I don't know if that's the point, to say like, hey, all this weird shit happens, we notice it, and then we all go back to like normal living. I don't know if that's a statement, I don't know, but it was weird that they focused on the fact that like she was leaving the house and she was, which, you know, not super weird, but you have 89 minutes, or you had more, you know, you could have had a little bit more time. You could have shown all those people, or like at least give me a TV in the background at that taco truck that says, or the radio's on, it says corrupt people at Osiris or whatever that fucking amygdala amygdala goes under, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I get, and I know that's like a whatever, but I'm like, it's weird that you would want one bow on it, but not the bow that I'm probably more invested in.
Yeah, I wanted to see everything get destroyed with that company. You know, I was like, oh, the hell with that company, you know. And so, especially when the lady set her up, you know, and the thugs, you're like, God damn. So, you know, my one word, it was fine. You know, I really couldn't muster up anything more to say about that. I mean, I did enjoy it once I was watching it, you know. And
I didn't hate when you watch it. Like, if you are interested in just having like a Saturday movie while you enjoy a takeout or something like that, this is a perfect movie for that.
Yeah, it is. It is, because it's not bad, but you can make it better. That's all I'm saying.
But that doesn't necessarily make it bad. Not everything has to be 100% fantastic.
Yeah,
but
see, Hollywood, you effers, you should just, before you release your good shit, come to Montego and Tifobot. Pay us millions so you can make billions. We'll
punch it up. We'll punch it up.
We'll be like, look, the bitch need to die. He need to go to hell.
This one needs to be sent to prison.
Right.
More boobies this one, less boobies this one.
Not a single boob, man. and then you'll make billions. So we're contracting. Give us a call. Fans at fansofpatrol.com. Anyway, that's gonna do it. we came to do the damn thing and we got it done. I'm hoping next week we got something good. We'll see.
All right. I mean,
you know, but if you want to hear something more better than this, man, you know, because it just builds with us. Walk on over, deposit your $1 at the front door for a month, and go over and see the Patreon, because we're leaving right out of here to go do the Patreon, because we're doing the Tragedy of Macbeth with a black man. It's Othello and Shakespeare and Denzel Washington all rolled into one. So anyway,
it's just a Tragedy of Macbeth. Everybody, come on over.
Oh, Jesus. So I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my lovely co-host, Miss Tifobot. Say goodbye to the people this week.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Indeed. And we'll see y'all at the next show. Have a good one. Bye. Next week we will be on the show.
No, that's what's happening. I was like, the end. Oh my God.
Yes, indeed.